folks. Today we're going to be using a shaving cream. It is from Clubman. This tub is a pretty good sized tub, 16 ounces. There's quite a bit in there. I have seen a couple of people, at least a couple, that have done videos concerning this particular shaving cream, so I thought it was about time to go ahead and do one of my own. This shaving cream though is going to go to my dad after this video. Talk more about that in a moment. Allen block, no rubber band this morning. Switch up on the witch hazel. Finally finished up Sterling's witch hazel, so thought I would go with the Humphrey's. This one here is citrus scented, and going to follow up with a Clubman Classic Vanilla. Shaver of the day is this Occam's razor. You may have seen in a video with me using this before. You might be able to tell this is the 2-dot. I've been using the 2-dot. It works really well for me. I think the 2-dot's pretty awesome, especially when it's coupled with I just call them Kyle Pink and the Kai Pinks. It's you can see there it's yeah, Kai, Captain, Titan, Mild Pink. Kind of a long name. Kai Pinks works for me. Pretty good blade. This setup I've got right here that I've been using is been shaving on it since Monday. This same setup, same blade, same routine, and I'm going to get started with the Preshave soap here. The setup was really nice. Works well, shaves well. I really have been enjoying this setup all week. I have to say the difference in between witch hazels, Sterling that's mentholated, and this one here is not mentholated. There is a big difference between them. I mean, in that you have the menthol effect of Sterling. This one here doesn't have menthol, and there's just a huge difference on how that feels on the face after the shave. Now, does the face feel different? In other words, in a way, being moisturized and whatnot. Have to give a few more shaves with the Humphreys here, but just the fact that one has menthol and the other one doesn't makes a world of difference in the shave. After what, several shaves, months, of using one that's got menthol in it, and then to go with one that does not have menthol, it does make a difference on how the shave feels and what I'm used to feeling. In other words, didn't take very long for me to be missing the menthol, but I figured it was good for a change of pace. I have it whipped up here in one of Monica's shaving bowls here. Get shaving cream all over me here. Whipped it up with a synthetic knot Omega S brush, just a small one. Works well for me. I like these little brushes. Got it whipped up like this. You've seen these bowls before. There's always a little bit of soap that's in each one of those grooves, so it's not 100% of the shaving cream, but there's leftover soap in there. But for the most part, it's, how can you say, it's the shaving cream. The way I whip this one up is I would use a damp brush that favors more the dry side of things. Reason why I say that is because this shaving cream doesn't take very much water, and the way Fuzzy used it, he just applied it straight to the face, if I remember correctly. So adding water, in other words, would, I guess you might say, would be sparingly. You'd only want to use just a little bit. So in other words, start with a relatively damp, almost dry brush and work your way in with the water till you figure out what works best for you. This whips up really quick, easy, and a consistency that I like. I do like the yogurt type lather, and this has no problem whipping up that way. In other words, I wouldn't expect it to whip up the big fluffy. It's going to be a lot like what you see right here. And in the tub, it's very loose. It'll remind you of lotion. It's a fairly loose shaving cream, but the scent, my nose I can't tell, but I hear tell that it does match this this scent, the Classic Vanilla. I'll go with it. I like the scent anyway, so. But this particular shaver comes with 3 different plates, if you will. I've got really good shaves with this Kai Pink with the 2-dot plate. There's one thing to mention about if you're going to use the pinks in this particular shaver, that the blade, I don't know if I can get it to do it right now or not since I've been shaving with it, when you first put this blade in, and if you give it a little bit of a shake, you can hear the blade kind of moving around in there. It rattles a little bit. Excuse me. But that doesn't necessarily, I can hear it as I lift up, but it doesn't affect the shave any. That has a lot to do with the fact that in between feather blades and the Kai blades, they are a different thickness, and even a number of the feather blades in between one and another, there's a difference in some of them on how thick they are. So the thicker the blade, the less apt it's going to rattle. So in other words, when I use a feather super in here, it doesn't rattle at all. The rattle doesn't affect my shave any. I shave with it just like I normally would. Nothing special or different. I keep this flat surface up against my face just like I would a gem micromatic, how they're designed. Keep that face flat. And my shaves have been going just perfect. No cuts, nicks, weepers. I mean, just the whole shave was just awesome the whole week. It has been a busy week for me. Over the weekend, I had another one of those migraines that was really tough to get rid of. Just really wasn't feeling that great over the weekend, and then since then, it's been busy in the house. You know, spring break, kids are home, busy with the kids, and so this is my first, not only video this week, but even my first posting as far as that goes. Excuse me, just too busy. You know, with life, it happens. But been shaving with this setup, and my dad hasn't been not feeling well either, so I thought this also might be a good time to test out this shaving cream, because when I originally got this, I was going to check it out, then he's going to get this tub anyway. You know, my dad's had the flu and pneumonia, so he's still trying to recover from all that. This is pretty easy to put on, and it does look like it's wet, maybe not very thick, if you will. A little, maybe for some people's standards, thin, but it is pretty slick cream. It leaves your face feeling pretty well moisturized. It does not make my face feel dry. If you take the residual shaving cream and work it in your face, my face at least, it felt pretty good. I do have a tendency to do that anyway. At the end of my shaves, is kind of work some of it into the face, because this is for the price, no more what you pay for this. I'll put a link down below for the shaver, which is on sale. Now they have a rose gold version of this, which it's going to run you quite a bit more. But the last time I looked, this is on sale for $55, and that's a pretty good buy considering what the original price is. For me, this is really easy to pick up, learn how to shave with it. Like I say, you keep that surface, keep that angle, keep it flat on your face. Shaves should turn out pretty good. It's more of up to you to figure out what blade's going to work best for you. I have used the Super in this one here, and I get smooth shaves with both of them. It's just that with the Kite Pink I guess you might say smoother shaves for a longer period of time. In other words, more uses. When you get this set up, get the box here. It comes in a box looking a lot like this right here, and there's bits and pieces of information that'll help you out in the way of what blades work best with what plate, what to expect, and also which ones don't necessarily work with this razor. So the Super, the Professional, I guess you might say the two that may be the most common out of the feather lineup, and this is the only Kai blade that I have. And if there's others that work with it, to be honest with you, I haven't really looked into it. When you find a blade that works as well as this one, it's kind of like the Super. Works well for me. This one here works well for me. I don't really look much further. At one point in time in the future, I plan on taking the 2-dot blade out and putting in the 1-dot to see how it works with the Super. It's just I really enjoy the shaves with this setup. Really haven't been motivated to swap it out. For me, I waited for, when I bought this one here, it's just a little bit cheaper than what they're offering right now, but I did wait for it to go on sale. And for me, considering I already have shavers that use this blade, and I was already been interested in it for quite some time, so when I bought it, it was how can you say, much appreciated. They decided to drop the price because it was starting to look like I may never end up buying this thing. To me, in other words, right around the $50–60 range was it, considering you're getting the total of 3 plates. Now mine, they did send a little package with the 2 extra screws in case you drop them. Like I say, I have not had mine out, so I don't know how tough it is. You might be able to see those screws in there. The heads look pretty decent. I have a small screwdriver, I know that'll fit that. But you can bet I'm going to have a towel in front of me when I take those screws out. I'm probably going to be at the kitchen table and not at the sink, sitting down. Yeah, like I say, I'm just really happy with this shaver. And to me, this shaving cream is great. It rinses off the shaver pretty easy. It doesn't clog my shaver at all. You can kind of tell, like I said, it's a little on the wet side, so it kind of drips right on off the razor if you keep on shaving. Face feels pretty good. Like I say, it doesn't feel dried out. Doesn't feel like it needs to be moisturized or anything quite like that. Just a really nice shave. I enjoy this shaver a lot. Nothing like when you're having a busy week to get smooth, comfortable shaves kind of sort of effortless. I can tell though this is the fourth shave on this blade, and I'm now getting just a little bit of stinging. Kind of expected, in other words, when I get down to this point, around the fourth and fifth shaves, things start to change from the first shave. And this one here is this way. Great shave though. I mean, man, this is just like awesome. For a week that's busy, got a lot going on. This one here, if you're not familiar with Humphrey's, it has that kind of spout to it, as opposed to a wide open one, so you help control how much witch hazel is pouring out of there. If there's a difference on how this witch hazel leaves my face versus using Sterling's, it's just a slight difference. It's not, it might be up to, I guess you might say, a personal preference. In other words, not factoring in the menthol. This particular witch hazel is down here at the bottom. It mentions about being oil controlling, so I don't know if that's going to dictate or have a lot to do with how my face feels. Still trying to get past the fact that I'm not feeling menthol right now. After using it for as long as I have, it's a bit of a shock, not to have it. My face feels fine using this witch hazel. I think what's added with Sterling's, there's something that they put in there that makes my face feel a little bit different after everything's done and over with the menthol. For me here locally, this is not always the easiest to find. So Sterling is easy to find. Kind of see where I'm going with all that. This here's some good stuff. Relatively easy to find. I'll put a link down below. Most of this stuff's pretty inexpensive. Yeah, it really is. I guess you might say, talk about a cheap shave. Yeah, none of this was very expensive until you get to the shaver itself. Got the bowl, the shaving bowl. In case you missed the video with that one there, a while back, it was around Christmas, and around November, December, right in that time frame, Monica was selling a bunch of stuff at a discounted rate. She actually had an auction, and I think it was a vendor that was closing up shop, and so she was taking that product and putting it out of her auction. Excuse me. So there would be baskets full of stuff, all kinds of shaving stuff, and so I would bid on the ones I was interested in, and I got this bowl in a basket that had all kinds of shaving stuff in it. That's how I got this bowl. And so it's one of these kind of bowls. I appreciate the bowl. It's a pretty nice bowl. Now if I was to buy it separate away from the basket and everything else I was getting with it, because I really wasn't bidding on the bowl as opposed to the shaving stuff that was in the basket. The bowl was just a bonus. My colors, as it goes for favorite colors, I would probably definitely pick red. Not gray. But anyway, it's a pretty nice bowl. It does what it should do, what you're wanting it to do. For me, I like the idea of it retaining some of the soap down in there. When I rinse it out, I just rinse out, I guess you might say, that top loose stuff. Whatever's stuck down in there in the way of soap, I just leave it there. It's just a bonus as far as I'm concerned. Even though it may not look like there's much left in there, you'd be surprised what will come out of that little bitty knot. Still enough for another probably 2 passes. Be surprised. Had a great shave. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.